by the sound of violence.
That's all they have. No cage, no ring, just the mats. And they said, okay, here's what we're going to do. You guys are going to fight on the mat, and we have these guys that have these old school little kicking shields. Like the little, 3 foot by 1 foot shields that you would hold. They used them in American Gladiator when they beat each other up. And these guys are going to run around the outside of the mat, and if you get close to the edge, they're just going to push you in. So like no joke, just like you would see in the stupid karate movies. But that's really what was going on. On top of that, there are men and women in tuxedos and evening gowns drinking champagne watching us fight. There's like 20 or 30 people watching us. So yeah, even more so. I'm thinking, okay, they're going to film us fighting, and they're going to kill us all and throw us in a ditch.
All right, everyone, we're back.
Yeah, we are.
We're back to preview UFC Fight Night, Mexico City, Rodriguez versus Stevens.
Yeah, which
featherweight bout.
Yeah, this card is one of those cards that, while I don't think it's one of the ones that everyone's going to say, oh, bro, just because it's a small card you're sleeping on, it's going to be dope as shit. Like, there are some pretty one-sided matchups, but the main card overall is pretty goddamn fun.
Yeah, I was eyeballing this, and there's some intriguing fights for sure. Yeah, let's get right into this.
Well, before we do that, I am drinking the Black Plague.
Oh, that's right.
Gothica. Oh God, what angle? Okay, there we go. The Gothica Mexican Lager from Black Plague Brewing. It's really good.
I am drinking
delicious. It's just a delicious Mexican lager, which is, by the way, Mexican lagers are just German lagers, right?
I mean, pretty much. That's why one of my favorite Mexican beers is Bohemia, because it's literally just a bunch of Germans that lived in Mexico and like, hey, let's start our own brewery in Mexico.
Well, that's why Negra Modelo exists, is because that's a German style. It's a Schwarz beer, isn't it?
Yes. It's
So
it's a black lager.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah. Anyways, I am drinking, as you can see the colors here. It's called Por Favor Pilsner for New English Brewing.
Nice.
Back at it again.
I didn't know they made a Mexican lager.
So it's like a Mexican Czech.
Sorry, you cut out. What was that?
It's like a Mexican style Czech Pilsner. That's like the sweetness of like a Mexican lager, but like
a little bit hoppier.
Yeah, I like a Czech Pilsner. It's a smooth beer though, and it's not like some shitty light beer Pilsner like a fucking Miller Lite where like you drink it and you're still thirsty. This one has a really crisp like finish to it.
Nice. That sounds delicious. I'm gonna pick some of that up. Hell yeah.
Real solid, man.
Cool.
Yep. And of course I got my disappointing Padres koozie. Got to represent the disappointment of San Diego everywhere. So. Well,
if there was a sports team, we are very good at fucking up decent sports teams.
At least the goals are good. So I'm looking forward to hockey.
Really, Alliance MMA is the only good thing we got going down here as far as sports goes. Which is actually going to come up a lot on this breakdown, because there's a fuckload of people either at Alliance or associated closely with Alliance. So,
yep.
And since we're in San Diego, full disclosure, probably going to be some solid bias on this.
No bias at all. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm definitely not blind picking Angie Hill every fight just because she's Angie Hill. Even though I've never picked against Angie Hill. So,
So this first fight of the night we have here on the undercard is a lightweight bout between Peruvian fighter, I think it's Peruvian or Panamanian. No, Peru, I was right. Claudio Puelles. Going up against Brazilian fighter Marcos Mariano, also known as Dalsum from Street Fighter.
Yeah, evidently the Peru versus Mexico thing is like hot as fuck. I forget what fight kicked it off. I think it was a boxing match, but I'm not positive.
Well, this dude he's fighting is Brazilian, but yeah.
Oh, you're right. That's later on that it's Mexico and Peru.
No, but you're absolutely right.
I think they matched up. Is it just one? I thought they matched up two. No, you're right. It's just one. We'll get to it when we get to the Quinones fight, but a lot of Latin American fighters on this card, which is good to see. Because it's good seeing those dudes, number one, get opportunities. And number two, some of them are exciting as shit. Like, they're all coming to bang. I don't know many Mexican fighters that aren't out here trying to throw hands and just get shit going. So
yeah, there's a reason why they call them Mexican style in boxing and in fighting in general.
Right, there's a reason why there's weird Mexican stereotypes about fighting.
Yeah, but they're good stereotypes if you ask me.
Sometimes. But sometimes they're yelling, it's a big old Mexican with a big old head in the corner.
Who was that guy? That was Rashad Coulter,
yeah.
a.k.a. the guy who literally retired because he says no one wants to fight me. It's like, sure, Rashad.
I believe him because people don't get a lot out of fighting Rashad Coulter at this point in his career.
That's a good point, yeah. It's like, I don't want to fight you because you're not worth the time, dude, so...
Yeah, that was one of my favorite corner comments of all time. Where it's kind of more of a compliment than it is an insult, but it definitely has weird tones to it. But it's fucking cracks me up.
Last time we saw Claudio Puelles, he defeated Felipe Silva at UFC Fight Night 129.
It's probably Puelles, right?
Puelles, yeah, thank you. Via knee bar at the middle of the third round, impressive victory, especially pulling off submission in the third round. He's going up against Brazilian fighter Marcos Mariano. This is his second UFC appearance. His first one, he was pitted against Lando Venata, whom he lost to Kimura. Wow, with 5 seconds left in the first round last February.
Yeah.
This one's kind of a toss-up to me because Mariano here is kind of like he's 6-5. So I'm gonna lean Puelles in this one. Just gotta go with the guy with the better record.
Yeah, I think I'm taking him too. He's got a pretty low volume kick heavy game. Throws a straight left. Man, he telegraphs some of his takedowns and he will jump guard, which always makes me nervous. But he had some decent leg lock attempts against, was it Silva? Here, let me look. I think it was Silva. He had a couple leg lock attempts that he was pretty deep on. And then he finally got the knee bar in the third. The thing that makes me nervous is that he will jump guard, and he was almost KO'd twice by Silva in that fight. But Mariano seems to mostly be an ortho kickboxer who throws a lot of spinning shit, and he got dominated on the ground by Venata. And so I don't have enough faith that he's not just... Like, if this does end up on the ground, I think Puelles probably houses him. So, if Mariano can keep it on the feet, he can probably bang it out. His nickname is Dalsim as well, which I'm pretty fucking high on. That's pretty tight. But boy, yeah, I'm taking Puelles. But if Puelles has shown that under pressure, he kind of melts a little bit. So I think it'll be interesting. But I'm taking Puelles.
And I can see why Mariano's called Dalsim or whatever, because if you've ever played Street Fighter, the guy's long limbs, and Mariano has a 76-inch reach at 165. Which crazy. Is like Kevin Lee, who's 77. So, well, Kevin Lee's a welterweight now, but you know what I mean.
I said Puelles by decision. I think I'm taking him by sub early, actually.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot of limb to be able to grab.
True.
So that's not a bad pick. I like that. The odds for those who give a shit.
Who do you have?
I have Puelles by decision.
Okay.
The odds for those who give a shit, Puelles is a favorite at minus 313 to a plus 248.
That's wide as shit, but I feel like the grappling difference is pretty wide as well. So.
This next fight may very well be one of the most uninspiring fights I've ever seen on a card.
How fucking dare you? How dare you? First off, this is going to be a banger. It's going to be a sloppy banger, but it's going to be a banger. No? How will you say no to that?
It's just going to be them going like this.
No.
And then Sarge starts in and does the overhand.
You're out of your fucking mind. They're going to be throwing hooks at each other nonstop until someone gasses or dies.
For the sake of my sanity and patience, I hope you're right. I just don't trust either of these fighters.
Do you not remember the fucking Aspen Ladd fight where Sajara and Aspen Ladd just threw hooks at each other and banged it out for 2 of the 3 rounds?
No, because I was probably passed out drunk because I didn't care.
That's a very fair.
See, that's the thing. We're like other podcasts in that when I like the cards, both of us on the same page and we're very enthusiastic, but we're also, say, like heavy hands where you're like Connor, I'm like Phil, the cynic. So one of us has to play that role.
Also,
so.
I always root for the person who's unathletic and generally shouldn't win. Yeah.
So
I got a little bit of Connery Bush in me. Oh, man, there's got to be a better way I could have phrased that.
Yeah. So Sarge, oh god, remember she said she was future champion. Well,
she might be at 135.
Well, not if Amanda Nunes has anything to say about it.
Well, that's a very good point.
Yeah. Okay. So last time we saw Sajara Eubanks, she lost to Aspen Ladd. Cool.
Which, by the way, she might have won 2 of those 3 rounds. Aspen Ladd definitely won the second round with top control.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda, you know.
Man, I wouldn't dismiss that as clearly. Like, she fucked her up in the first round on the feet.
I'm not like doubting you. I was just debating with my coworker today, who's a boxer. He's boxing his whole life. I was debating him about he doesn't realize how the 10-point must system works. I was like, dude, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury won based on the 10-point must system. Right, I don't care that he was knocked down twice. He's knocked in the first round and the last round. He's like, bro, that's at least got to be a draw. I'm like, yes, at the very least, the worst you can call it a draw, but there's no way in hell you give Wilder the win. So, like, I was in an argument with him.
No, that's true.
And then I was arguing with him about Triple G versus Canelo 1. I was like, Triple G won that fight 7 rounds to 5. And he's like, bro, I'm like, dude, I said 7 rounds to 5. That's still a
close fight. Yeah.
You fucking idiot. Like, you're the boxer. The second fight, yes, I thought that was a draw, or maybe Canelo won because Triple G took the last couple. But it's like, I just can't even argue. You can't argue boxing anymore.
Well, no. The reason is, especially with dudes who box, they pick the guys who fight like their style. And let me guess, the dude you were talking to was Mexican.
No, he's Filipino, and he has a very good jab, and he rips to the body.
Oh, weird. Okay. We're in Southern California, so you guys gotta imagine. I figure if Chris is talking to a boxer, probably a Mexican or a black dude, because not a lot of white boxers, not a lot of Asian boxers in San Diego.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad you assumed that because I would have assumed.
No, I'm glad I was wrong. That's even better.
Yeah, it's like if I'm a boxer, I'm like, oh, you're a white boxer, but you're Italian. That checks out. Oh wait, are you Irish?
There's a lot of those.
Checks out. Yeah, so that checks out either way. So if you're a white boxer, you're Irish or you're Italian or you're English.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying, not a lot of boxing gyms in San Diego that aren't in Mexican neighborhoods. I'm just saying.
No, you're absolutely right. This next fight that said is...
Wait, hold on. Neither of us gave picks for that one.
I mean, sorry, this same fight we're on. See how I already got distracted? We should talk boxing. Anyways, Sarge is fighting Betch Correia, who I would say is not a pit bull at all. Well, no, I would say she's a pit bull. She's an anti-pit bull in that she's all bark, no bite. So she's basically a terrier, she's a Yorkie.
No, to be on theme with the card, she's obviously a Chihuahua.
Thank you. She's that or a Yorkie. All bark, no bite.
I mean, to be fair, Chihuahuas bite all the fucking time. It's just generally you can smash them if need be.
Oh, you could punt them across your backyard.
I don't. I've got 4 of them. I don't punt them, but I could punt them. And that,
I wouldn't. I'm not advocating you attack an animal.
No, don't beat up dogs. I feel like that doesn't need to be explained.
Yeah, just have your new pet tortoise just fucking bully the dog.
Dude, it does. I think it wants to fuck one of the Chihuahuas.
That is true. Tortoises are pretty fucking horny.
Dude, it is. It keeps bobbing its head at Charlie and following him inside. And I think that little Chihuahua is going to get what's coming to him.
By the way, I don't know if you've ever seen National Geographic. The noise.
I have a tortoise, by the way.
Yeah, I said, a tortoise.
Georges the tortoise, a.k.a. Tortoise St. Pierre.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if you've seen National Geographic or any like this Planet Earth. The noises that tortoises and not turtles, well, unless you're a Pokemon, war turtle, right? The noises they make when having sex is pretty frightening. So I wouldn't blame your fucking Chihuahua from running the fuck away.
No, the Chihuahua loves him. I think he wants to get pregnant from him. They're both dudes, though, so that's going to be weird. Well,
good luck. Anyways, that's way off topic.
That's right. Let's get back to how Jessica Ai is the only win Betch Correia had since Shayna Baszler in 2014, and I don't think she won that fight.
So I'm gonna go on a whim and say this fight's gonna be a draw, but I'd be lying to you
Oh
if
my
it's gonna
god,
be a draw.
that's
And it's
actually a
not gonna
very
be
good
a
pick.
draw. But it's actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it, but I'm not. So I would want to take a draw, but I think Sajara Eubanks is gonna win this via shitty decision. So
I think she's gonna win it via very reasonable decision. Two things I think to keep an eye on: Sajara Eubanks is getting way better with her hands, like way fucking better. Her fight against Aspen Ladd, people I think have weird like revisionist history of how that fight went. Sarge boxed her up and lit her up at the end. She definitely won the first. She had Aspen wobbling at the end of the first round. Aspen got top control for the second, and then in the third round, Sarge, it was kind of back and forth, but Sarge was still banging on her in the pocket, and they were just throwing hands back and forth, and Sarge was landing a lot. Another thing to keep an eye on is the left high kick of Sarge, which she caught Deanna Bennett with in the Ultimate Fighter. She hit that step left high kick and put her down with it, and that was a nasty knockdown from her. And actually, I think it was a knockout. I think that finished that fight. Big win, and Bethe Correia absolutely leans into kicks, especially from the left side. So I think that's maybe something to keep an eye on. But in general, I think the only way Bethe Correia wins this fight is if Sarge gasses number one, or if Sarge can't handle sticking in the pocket and starts going for desperate shots. And gets because if Sarge starts going for desperate shots and gasses, I think that's a big problem. I think third round could be very weird in this fight. But Bethe Correia, while she's shown decent cardio, she hasn't really ever been pushed. I don't know the last person I've seen wrestle Bethe Correia. She's fought mostly all strikers. Even Marion Renault was striking with her.
You just don't call Ronda Rousey a striker, right?
Well, right. Except Ronda Rousey fucking knocked her out.
That's the ironic twist.
In 34 seconds. So, that I gotta take Sarge handily. Not even a question. I'm taking her via decision mostly just because I don't know that Sarge will get top control. If Sarge does get top control, I think she subs her pretty fucking quickly.
All right, I'll tell you the odds, and then I'm gonna be a piece of shit and kind of steamroll through some of these because I have work.
Yeah, we got work.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to. I got to be selfish here. So the odds, real quick, for those who give a fuck, but not really. Eubanks is a minus 286 favorite to a plus 231 at Bethe Correia. Yeah. This next fight we have is light heavyweight. We have Brazilian fighter Vinicius Moreira, which is a very Roman Latin derivative first name. Sounds
Vinicius, yeah, for sure.
What's your son's name? Commodus. He's going up against Scottish fighter.
I bet that was a great literary joke that I will get one day.
Well, you've seen the movie Gladiator.
Oh, is that what that was from? I figured it was some book.
Commodus was literally a real emperor after he plotted to murder his father, Marcus Aurelius. But yeah. Anyway,
I need to listen to more Tides of History podcasts.
Yeah. Paul the Bear Jew Craig is fighting again. Last time we saw Paul Craig, he got knocked out by Alonzo Menifield in the first round. It was pretty bad. I think we called that. Vinicius Maheda, last time we saw, he got knocked out by a power puncher on Eric Anders. Yep. So both these guys. Oh, and he also lost Alonzo Menifield. So
sure did.
One thing in common. Guess what? I'm gonna go with. Actually, I don't know what to go with. Both these guys getting knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. And Maheda, you know what? It says Maheda gets most sub wins. Paul the Bear Jew gets sub wins too. But you know what? I'm going to go with the Bear Jew. He's probably a better striker. This is a terrible pick.
Absolutely the right call. Could not be more behind your pick. Paul, here's the thing. I rewatched all three of Vinicius's last three fights from Contender Series on. He threw 2 punches in all 3 of those fights.
Wait, in 3 fights too?
No, I don't mean he threw 2 punches each fight.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
In those 3 fights, he threw 2 punches.
Yes.
He threw all naked leg kicks and got countered every time in all of those fights.
So what I will say is, if Paul Craig does not win this fight, as the great Kenny Powers says, you're fucking out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
This is, I think, probably a loser leaves town match. Which I don't like the phrasing of that, but they both had some kind of salty records. Paul Craig has caught some third round subs.
If it goes to decision, cut them both.
I mean, I don't know
Snip
if I agree
snap.
with that because
kidding,
if
but-
one of them has a dominant, if Paul Craig has a dominant performance, I would say keep Paul Craig around because he is good at catching triangles.
If
but,
it goes to shitty decision, cut them both. I don't
Yeah.
know.
yeah, I got
okay.
Paul Craig via.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go Paul Craig. TKO
I'm going
second.
TKO second too. That's what I was thinking. The odds on this: Vinicius Maeda is a slight favorite at -114 to a -105.
That's insane to me. He's thrown 2 fucking punches in his entire Contender
Yeah.
Series on career, and also go rewatch those 2 punches. They were awful. So unless dude can out-grapple Paul Craig consistently, he's losing that fight.
So this next fight, I have no idea if it's a flyweight bantamweight because both these divisions are fucked.
Flyweight. I mean,
moment.
this is the return of flyweight.
Fuck you, Henry Cejudo, for fucking. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's
To
a
be fair,
fantastic
he
fighter.
saved the
So like, I don't
flyweight
blame him for
division.
2
How dare
belts,
you.
but either way, both divisions are fucked right now. We got Sergio Pettis going up against Tyson Nam. Sergio, last time we see, he's on a 2-fight skid. He went up to bantamweight and lost to Rob Font. Before that, he lost to Jose Formiga, both decision losses. Tyson Nam, this is his UFC debut, so I imagine they're just setting up Pettis to win. No offense.
Scroll down a little bit. Look at who he fought in Fight Nights Global.
Oh, Ali Bogdanov.
Head kicked him. However,
Oh, I like that.
it was at 4:59 of the 3rd round.
Ooh,
It-
wow.
he- it
Talking
was
about a walk-off win.
It was a pretty close fight. I don't know that he would have won, but literally after the clock is already off the screen, the fight is ending. Bogotinov is circling against the cage, and he throws a head kick and puts him out flat. So
Okay.
I don't know what to make of him. I also don't know what to make of Sergio Pettis at this point in his career. I'm leaning Pettis via decision since Tyson Nam showed that he gets clipped a little bit. Or actually, in a couple fights, he's gotten clipped kind of consistently with either... He's very good at blocking hooks on the outside, but anytime anything comes straight down the pipe or up the middle, like straights and uppercuts, especially from southpaw, he's gotten clipped with a lot of them. And pretty gotten wobbled by it. So I think that and the level of competition, you got to go Sergio Pettis,
That's
plus
what
the
I'm
in-out footwork, but I think it'll be competitive as shit. And honestly, if Tyson Nam squeaked out a decision, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I'm going to go Sergio Pettis for sure. I'm going to go decision. Let me tell you the odds on this fight. The odds on this fight, Pettis is a -370 to a plus
Way too
280.
big. Way too big.
Yeah.
Should be like a minus 270 max, 250 max.
This next fight, spoiler alert, we're both picking
Oh, yeah,
Angela
we're taking
Hill.
Angela Hill. It's not even a question.
I mean, come on.
Especially after I watched tape, I'm taking Angela Hill.
Yeah, she's fighting Ariane Carnelozzi. I don't even want to say how. I'm just saying Angie Hill's winning. Doesn't matter to me. I will give you the odds in a second.
Yeah, Angie's going to pot shot her from the outside. Ariane, or probably... no, I don't know how the fuck to pronounce the Brazilian version of... Sorriso is I'm gonna go with that. Sorriso is a brawler. She is coming to bang, but she is very, very hand slow and pretty plodding. And Angie Hill trains with I believe a quicker and a slicker version of a very similar style, which is Chris Stanley. Ariane has a lot of Chris Stanley qualities in her style, just like a stocky brawler who will come in with sweeping
so like
hooks.
most Italian fighters.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But I just think Angie Hill is very aware of that style, and I think she's built to beat it. Third round could get kind of interesting depending on the altitude, because Angie Hill does fade a little bit as the fight goes on because of all her movement. But yeah, taking Angie Hill.
The odds on this, Angie Hill is a -154 to a +128 of Carnelozzi.
Yeah.
Take that as you will.
That almost doesn't seem wide enough.
This next fight is a lightweight bout between Mexican fighter and one of the fan favorites, Marco Polo Reyes, El Toro, going up against Canadian fighter Kyle the Monster Nelson. And how fitting, his name is Kyle, and he probably drinks Monster, and he's called the Monster. Marco Polo Reyes, last time we saw him, he's on a 2-fight skid. He lost his last fight. He got knocked out by Drew Dober. Oh, I remember that. Drew Dober put a fucking pace on him in the first round.
To be fair, Drew Dober is a very sharp puncher, and that was always going to be a terrible matchup for a dude like Polo Reyes, who's a brawler.
Kyle Nelson, is he a sharp puncher? Well, the last time we saw him, he lost to Alliance's own Matt Sales via arm triangle choke last May 4th. Before that, he lost a ground and pound to Diego Fajeda, who's looked pretty fucking good too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is at featherweight, not lightweight, or no. I don't know. It must be a lightweight. I imagine featherweight's going up.
It's at 45. He moved down.
Okay. Well, in that case, I think I'm leaning Kyle Nelson. If that's good decision, the Mexican crowd, hometown.
The hometown favorite's Polo Reyes.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
so,
you're not sure whether? Yeah.
Yeah, that's my point.
That's a good point. I actually, Polo Reyes evidently wasn't cutting weight to make 55.
You know what? I'm gonna go Polo Reyes. I just realized I haven't been fantasy. Not that it matters, because Puppy Monkey Baby is absolutely murdering a whole
fucking
league.
Puppy Monkey Baby's making that shit not even fair.
He's up by like 40 points at this point. Like, just give him the fucking.
I feel like he stole all of my draft picks.
I saw who he picked, and I feel like a lot of that's just like, that's an instinct call, which that's fine. You know, this.
He had Zhang, didn't he?
I'm gonna look this up. Well,
anyway,
kind of.
I think I have Angie Hill this week. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, I don't really know where to go on this. I don't know where to make of where Polo Reyes is at this point. But Polo Reyes has been in Mexico for at least 6 weeks. He's been training with Jeremy Stevens and Angie and everybody. Of course, he's a former. He's trains with Enthram, but he's been training with all of those guys. And I believe he was formerly at Alliance for quite a while. So I'm leaning Polo Reyes in this homer pick.
Puppy Monkey Baby used up all his contracts. All he has a flex left. But listen to this. He had Stipe, who got him 27 points. He had Walt Harris, who got him 24. Leon Edwards got him 18. He had Islam Makhachev 17. Glover at 14. Claudia Gadelha at 12. Jimmy fucking Crute had a contract, got him 0.5s. That fucked him up. And now he has Brandon Moreno in the flex.
I don't know how he has so many points then.
So he could still lose because Jamal, he's 8 points behind. No, that's the chip returns. Jamal's 9 points behind.
Dude, Lawfitz is so fucking good at the quarter game. Like, I'm great at the year-long game.
I'm good at the year-long, too. Okay, so Jamal is...
By the way, we should mention, we're talking about the Mag War League that we're in for...
Jamal has Irene Aldana today, and she also has Carla Esparza.
Oh, God, those are two very strong picks.
I'm fucking...
Those are win early by finish or win or lose late by decision.
I'm 32 points behind. I have... Oh, wow, I have a chance. So I have Jeremy Stevens. If he knocks out Yair in the first round, I can actually win the league.
Dude, and then if he knocks him out and gets the bonus, you could win.
Yeah, and I also have Jared Cannonier next week, and I also have Marco Polo. So I kind of have a chance to win it.
No, that's actually you got a heck of a run. I got nothing. I have 3 picks left, and I don't have the people to make the points happen. So.
Oh yeah, dude. Wait, you got no one. Dude, you don't even have a flex. You got to put in your Angie Hill. You haven't had her set.
I didn't.
You got to put her in there. You better do that tonight. Okay.
Well, that's my plan.
Shit.
Yeah. I missed last week anyway, so I kind of fucked myself.
Well, you had Todd Duffy.
Did I?
Yeah.
Then I missed the week before that where I had somebody on Raw. Oh no, you know what? I accidentally contracted somebody last week or 2 weeks ago. Anyway, way off topic. Doesn't matter. I got Polo Reyes by decision.
Yeah, as do I.
Although I feel like I probably shouldn't take him by decision. I feel like I should probably take him via TKO second. So I'm going to do that. Because I feel like if this goes to decision, I don't know who's going to win that. Like, I feel like the third round for Polo Reyes, unless it was the Dong Young Ma fight, who, in retrospect, is not look good, especially late in fights. So I guess I'm going Reyes TKO second, just off volume.
So the odds for those who give a shit, this other fight. Kyle Nelson is a minus 123 to plus 103 favorite over Marco Polo Reyes.
Huh. I'm not surprised. Like, this is... it's a fairly even fight, and Pulver hasn't looked incredible in his last couple. So
this next fight, we have another Alliance fighter in Jose Alberto Quinones, El Teco, from Mexico.
yeah, Alliance affiliated. I don't know if he's training there full time anymore.
Yeah, he trains there like on and off.
Yeah, he bounces back and forth between Interim and there, like a lot of guys.
Alliance friend, whatever you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
call him.
Well,
Up against Peruvian fighter Carlos Joaquin, El Pero Malo, the bad dog.
By the
Jose,
way, El Pedro or I can't roll my R correctly when I'm drunk. I can't do it when I'm drunk. El Pedro Malo is fucking a great goddamn name. The bad
good.
Dog.
It's basically the bad motherfucker too. There's so many different.
Oh yeah, I guess Pedro is kind of like yeah.
It's just so like as far as Mexican slang goes, it's so much.
It goes forever.
Like,
there's a reason why I used the phrase the word "way" on the intro this week.
Yeah, you might as well just like say something like "a la verga."
Orale.
Like, yeah. No mames. Yeah, when you fight you don't like.
Speaking of which, I need to kill these chelas.
Yeah. Oh, now this dog's going crazy.
He heard you speaking Spanish. He got all aggro because your dog's so racist and shit.
Ruby's looking for lizards. You finding lizards? Huh? Yeah.
His fucking dog loves lizards. It's a real thing. You just say the word lizards, it starts running around.
You have to say lizard. Hey, lizard? Yeah, no, she's going ape shit. Yeah, she's going lizard.
Way to trigger the heaviest breathing dog of all time.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Quinones, last time we saw him, he got submitted by Nathaniel Wood last March via rear naked choke. Carlos Joaquin, last time we saw him, he got ground and pounded out by Paoni Barcelos.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really know how to call this one.
I've got El Teco just in general. Well, first off, a loss to Nathaniel Wood via choke.
Isn't he that English guy who's pretty hyped at bantamweight?
Super hyped training under Brad Pickett. And
yep, that's right.
Just an all-around bad motherfucker. He didn't. Quinones didn't look terrible early against Wood. He just kind of got broken down, and I don't think Joaquin is going to be able to do that. And also, El Teco is, from what I've heard, probably the second most hyped dude on the card as far as local crowd goes. Like, people are very high on dude. He's the one who got all the Alliance people and everybody training at, what is it? Zucateca, I believe is the name of it. Fucking whatever here, if I scroll up and I look at John Morgan, it is, Zacatecas. The city of Zacatecas is 100% behind dude, and Quinones has evidently gone out of his way to be the big figure from there. And from everything they were saying on MMA Roadshow, it sounds like he's going to be at least the second biggest star in that house, and not far behind Yair as far as crowd recognition. So I think that's going to play a big factor, and I also just in general think that Quinones, while dude has shown some trouble, he also has fought very decent competition for his level. Like, beating dudes like Teruto Ishihara and Joey Gomez, the decision loss to Alejandro Perez, the loss of Davi Ramos on the regional scene. Like, these are high level dudes compared to the guys that Joaquin has been fighting. So I gotta lean that way. Probably Quinones either via decision or via sub, but I'm gonna go decision.
Yeah, I'm gonna go also Quinones decision. Let me see the odds here. The odds here are Quinones is a -143 to a +119 favorite over Joaquin.
Also, I love the nickname El Teco.
That is pretty badass.
It's pretty dope.
So I think of like Tech 9 or some shit like that. Anyways, this next fight, Mexican fighter Martin Toro Bravo.
I believe it. Oh, what is El Teco? It's Oh, right. Oh! I forgot why I love the nickname El Teco. I knew the word Teco from somewhere. Teco is drunk.
Like Borracho being a drunkard?
Exactly. His nickname might as well be El Borracho, which 100%. If your name is El
So
Taco,
he's punch
I
drunk.
fucks with you. No, he's drunk and he's gonna punch. You got it backwards.
Oh, so he's Jim Leahy from Trailer Park Boys. Got it.
100%.
So
He is
next,
currently he's currently pouring a
the lick. He is the liquor.
yeah, exactly.
We got Martin Bravo going up against American fighter Steven, his nickname coincidentally being Ocho Peterson, Mr. Superman, shitty tattoo himself. I think this is a lightweight, featherweight. Don't know what the fuck to do with this. Considering Martin Bravo lost to Alex Caceres, who I don't know how he still has a job. Skin, that's mean. Alex Caceres, I don't know. Last time we saw Martin Bravo fight was July of last year, 2018. Wow. Steven Peterson. Oh, he also lost to Alex Caceres. So this is a goddamn coin flip. This is literally a coin flip fight. So,
yeah, I mean, that's some hella MMA math, but yes.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Mexican guy who's fighting in Mexico via decision.
That is probably smart.
I have zero insight.
I am not because Fortis MMA.
Oh, fuck. Well, I will be wrong.
No, I think he might not be. Honestly, the style matchup, I think Martin Bravo is probably the... I think he's probably the safer pick. I would assume him to be the favorite. However, Steven Peterson's last two losses are to Alex Caceres in a weird fight and to Luis Pena, who looked like a fucking world beater in his last fight. So
that's true.
I'm leaning Steven Peterson, but man, the only confidence I have in him is that Fortis MMA is going to build his game to make him a little less wild and a little more accurate.
Okay. Anyways, I hate to do this, but I gotta breeze through. Martin Bravo, the odds, he's a minus 122 favorite over plus 102 of Steven Peterson. This next fight we have is at women's bantamweight between Mexican fighter Irene Aldana, going up against Brazilian fighter Vanessa Melo, who blew weight. I think she's the only fighter who blew weight.
Yeah, but so, 5 pounds too, if I remember.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, so Irene Aldana, who is good boxing.
Or no, it's a catch weight. I don't think she blew up by that bad.
Lost her last fight against Rocky Pennington via split decision this past July 20th. Vanessa Melo, this is her UFC debut. Yeah, I'm going to Irene Aldana all day.
Yeah, me too. If your last win was over Jan Finney, as much as I respect Jan Finney and everything she's done for this sport, it's fucking 2019, and a split decision with Raquel Pennington weighs a lot more than a win over Jan Finney in 2019. Like I said, I respect the fuck out of Jan Finney, but also just in general, I think Irene Aldana is...
You're going to trip on these odds.
I'm sure Melo is probably a decent favorite. To be fair...
No.
Oh, really? Is it that bad?
Irene Aldana, minus 588 to
too
a
much.
427
No.
of Melo.
That is way too big a difference. Melo is absolutely competitive in this, especially if she walks Aldana down. Aldana does fade late, or at least doesn't look as strong late as she does early. Also, Irene Aldana seems to still be kind of getting... Like, she lost all of that fight against Betch up until that armbar. So... If you're losing, I know Melo has a smaller or a slower strike speed, and just slower hands in general than Irene does. But I don't know that. I don't know that necessarily that if Melo just walks at Aldana and tries to break her down, I don't know that that's not going to work. So I'm taking Aldana via decision, but like not ultra confident.
Yeah, no, nor am I. This next fight is a men's flyweight bout between Russian fighter Askar Askarov, a.k.a. what do we name you your first name? We'll just take the first part of your last name. Going up against Mexican fighter Tijuana's own, our own really, Brandon the Assassin Baby Moreno. Good to see you back there, my friend.
Absolutely. Came back from where was he fighting in? LFA.
Yep.
Andy fought in combat jiu-jitsu a couple times. Wait, that's not Eddie's. It is Eddie's combat jiu-jitsu. I haven't been keeping up on combat jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna have to go back and watch these.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned combat jiu-jitsu because this Russian guy Askarov is coming. It looks like all of his wins basically via some jiu-jitsu
Dude
shit.
hit a fucking twister against Anthony Leone in 2017 in ACB.
Yeah, so this dude is a scrappy grappler.
Very good grappler for hitting twisters on guys. Jesus.
I know it's his UFC debut, but it's probably be a tough out for Brandon Moreno. I'm still gonna go Moreno.
Me too. Just off experience and high level competition. Moreno does get a little overzealous. And like sometimes when shit isn't working for him, he just will like decide to throw the giant overhand harder or the big kick harder, and that generally doesn't work out for him. But I just if you're winning combat jiu-jitsu matches on top of, I was already pretty high on Brandon Moreno. A dude like Askar Askarov, who has only fought in ACB and hasn't fought in ACB since they changed their name back in May of 2018. I don't know where you're at, and I don't know what. Like, I know you're fighting high-level grapplers. I don't know that you're necessarily fighting slick jiu-jitsu practitioners, so.
Yeah. Fuck. The odds on this.
I would expect it to be
Askar
super even, or Askarov to be a favorite.
Is a minus 161 to a plus 136 over Brandon Moreno. Take that as you will.
Better grappler and less likely to end up on bottom. But
yeah. This next fight is a women's strawweight bout between former strawweight champion Carla Esparza going up against Mexican fighter Alexa Grasso, who looked fucking fantastic her last fight out against Karolina Kowalkiewicz. I don't know where she's training at, but whatever she did to fix her game, it just elevated it in all fronts.
She's still training at Lobo, I believe, with Irene Aldana and all them.
Alexa Grasso won her last fight via decision against Virna Jandiroba.
Yep.
And again, she fought killers and Tatiana Suarez and Clay. So
she beat she beat Claudia Gadelia in that fight too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. This should be a good. So like this should be a really good test against Grasso. I'm kind of leading her just because I liked her stand up a lot.
Grasso.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been really.
You know, I'm gonna go Grasso decision. I liked how she looked. She makes some big leaps, and I know she'll be a heavy pick. Oh, wow, I'm looking at the odds right now. Yes. Yeah, I'm going Grasso. Be a decision.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth on this one. I really am high on Alexa Grasso over a performance against Karolina Kowalkiewicz, but it makes me nervous that Randa Marcos took her down 4 times, and Carla Esparza is absolutely going to work takedowns more often and more aggressively than Randa Marcos ever will, and she's a better wrestler. The thing that makes me nervous about Carla Esparza is I don't know, like, if she gets also, I think she's training out of Black House recently. I believe Alan Joban on MMA Heat this week said that she's been training out of Black House, which is interesting. I don't know what to make of Carla at this point in her career against these kind of fighters. Like, she got the win over Cynthia Calvillo, which is super impressive. And I feel like Carla should absolutely be able to out-grapple Alexa Grasso over 3 rounds. What I don't know is, number one, the altitude makes me a little nervous about that. Because if Carla starts getting takedown stuffed, especially early, I think she probably drops the 3rd round. And if Alexa Grasso can start getting her hands going early, Carla's in fucking trouble. Like, if Carla's shooting for desperate outside shots, that is a bad way to go about things against Alexa Grasso, especially if she's able to circle and start pot shotting. And she's been in, and I believe she's been in Mexico City for a bit. So I'm curious to see what that looks like. I think I'm taking Grasso, but man, this is one of those fights where if I wasn't if Grasso didn't look the way she looked in her last fight, I would absolutely be taking Carla via decision. And if Carla didn't look the way she looked in her last fight, I would probably be taking Carla via decision. I just don't know if Carla can keep that pace at altitude and still be able to win the 3rd round. And I think a lot of it's going to come down to that. So I'm taking Grasso, but like 0 confidence. And also, I'm I'm starting to lean back on my heavy wrestler bias, where I'm starting to think I need to just start picking fucking wrestlers again because they're goddamn wrestlers.
Grappling big striking, right?
Dude, seriously, especially after that Habib fight, and rewatching some footage, like, man, wrestling, especially at a high level, which Carlos Esparza absolutely is at, wrestling is a big fucking deal, and it absolutely changes everything.
That's why I want to see, after Tony Habib, especially if Habib beats Tony, you got to do Gaethje, because then Gaethje will be forced to wrestle, and that's going to be fucking fun.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of Gaethje against wrestlers, because we haven't really seen him against wrestlers.
That's why I want to see him fight him, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I'd love to see it.
I guarantee you, like, he will wrestle, and he will look good. But I'm not saying he can beat Habib in wrestling, because who knows? Maybe he can. We don't know, because we haven't seen it.
Right.
This dude's like fucking 2 or 3 time All-American. He's got to be fucking skilled. When it's not him, who else at lightweight did they mention? They mentioned like Gregor Gillespie, who's clearly very skilled at wrestling. So
yeah, but that's a little
super. That's
early.
A little bit of a jump, because Gregor still hasn't fought like a top 5
and
guy.
Also, if I hear another one of Gregor's call-outs, I swear to God, like, those fucking call-outs are the worst things I've ever seen. They're so bad. He sent a picture of a dinosaur in his last call-out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not good.
Yeah. Anyways, the odds on this: Alexa Grasso is a favorite at -137 to +114 over Esparza.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like a hometown, you got to give her a little bit of a nod, but man, if Esparza gets a takedown in the first round, this could be a completely different fight.
And then the main event of the evening, we have Mexican fighter Yair Rodriguez, El Pantera, record of 11 wins, 2 losses, going up against Alliance's own Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens, the UFC veteran, record of 28 wins, 16 losses.
Jesus Christ, that record.
Yeah, right?
That's a lot of fucking fights. And those are the ones on the record.
It reminds me when Kevin Lee said to Michael Johnson, he said, Michael Johnson have 30 fights. Motherfucker ain't won half of them. Jesus. Yair Rodriguez, last time we saw him, was losing pretty much the entire fight to the Korean Zombie, and then pulled off that absolutely insane short upward elbow.
Yeah, the no-look elbow, which
1 second left. Like, what
literally lost 24 minutes and 59 seconds of that fight.
He was getting his ass beat.
It was bad. It was like I would say one of those rounds was probably a 10-8.
Yeah.
And then the Frank Yeager beating as well. I mean, we're both taking Jeremy Stevens, right?
Oh, like, yeah. I got him first round knockout, to be honest.
I got him third round knockout, but for similar reasons. I think mostly he's gonna bang the calf kick in.
Oh yeah, his leg kicks, his fine leg kicks. Yeah. I think he's gonna kick the fuck out of Yair's calves in the first round. Yair's like, oh shit, and then panic, and then he'll catch like an overhand right or some bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a combo. Jeremy Stevens calf.
By the way, Jeremy last time he fought was against Zabit Magomed Sharipov. That dude's a fucking shit-eating wild man.
Yeah, and Jeremy broke his. I want to say he broke his hand early in that fight. He broke something.
Either way, I got Jeremy Stevens in this fight.
Yeah, I do too. I got him via, I think, TKO in the third. Mostly because I think he's going to chop him down with calf kicks early, and then I think he's going to wrestle fuck him. Like, not wrestle fuck him, but I think he's going to work and get takedowns and beat the fuck out of him from top consistently. The way he's been... Because Yair, I forget what Yair said, but he said some, like, shit about Jeremy Stevens. I want to say maybe about being a journeyman or something along those lines. And it fucking clearly aggravated Jeremy Stevens, because that dude has been out there saying, fuck Yair Rodriguez and all this shit, and going real goddamn hard. That interview with John Morgan on MMA Roadshow, that dude is fired the fuck up. And he's been in Mexico City for 6 weeks training for this fight. He essentially did almost his entire camp down there. And apart from Yair landing some wild head kick or a crazy kick to the body, I think he just gets absolutely housed by Jeremy Stevens. Or unless he's able to just circle out and Jeremy Stevens isn't throwing calf kicks, this could be a lot of Jeremy Stevens following him and Yair Rodriguez not being great at pot shotting while circling, which I don't think it's going to be that because he pissed Jeremy off so bad. And plus, Jeremy mentioned like 3 or 4 times this week that the dude can't wrestle for shit. And first off, anytime you say your opponent can't wrestle for shit, and I kind of agree with you, I am absolutely picking you. So that's just a given. Because I generally lean towards wrestlers anyway, but especially if you're saying, oh, I know this dude can't wrestle and I'm going to fuck him up. Yeah, it gives me way more confidence. But
by the way, how right were we when we said Gaethje KO round 1 last week?
I mean, that was the easiest call ever. It's a terrible matchup.
Yeah.
It was always a terrible matchup. Oh, yeah, I guess we should mention last week.
By the way, shouts out to Gaethje. 3 fights in a row with a first-round knockout.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Pretty wild.
So,
I guess we should mention last week. Let's see. You went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 with the. You went 5, 6, and 1 because of the Duffy no contest, and I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4.
Nice.
With the Duffy no contest. So, to be fair, that card was kind of weird. Like, there's a couple weird fights on that one. So. But yeah, the fucking Gaethje was always going to win.
By the way, I think what happens is, Connor doesn't fight. I think it's just Tony versus Habib. I want it to be December, and I think that's possible if Habib wants to do it. Honestly, because he didn't really take any damage. Well, he pretty much took no damage against Dustin.
Right.
Yeah, I think they do that in December. I think they give him a lot of money. They do that. And yeah, Gaethje's next. He deserves winner. Why not?
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. And yeah,
if for some odd reason Connor.
Oh God, we're talking about him again. Are we the shows that we skip? Is that what's happening?
Hey, listen, this is for 30 seconds. If for some reason he gets cleared, then yeah, you do Gaethje versus him. Other than that, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Other than that, Gaethje gets winner of Tony Habib. That's just the outlier. That's the only reason why I mentioned that. I'm not trying to put focus on him. I'm just saying that's the outlier. So.
Well, on that note,
that's not happening either way. It's not happening. No, that dude's out.
Well, on that note, I'm actually pretty hyped for this UFC.
And the odds, real quick, for the main event are even at a -110.
That's good money on Jeremy Stevens. Holy shit, is that good money on Jeremy Stevens? Although I said the same thing about fucking Korean Zombie, which I was so right up until 1 second at the end of the round. So, well, on that note, we'll go ahead and end this episode here. As always, you guys can find us on Twitter, TSOVPod. We appreciate any of your, everybody that lets us know what MMA podcast they're catching this week. Like, for example, the listeners' can't miss episode for this week is Eurobash, as told to us by JF757. If you guys have a can't miss or a catch or a skip episode each week, feel free to tweet us, and we will absolutely bring it up on the show and shout you out. Because we appreciate the feedback, and I like hearing because Chris and I have our own opinions, but it's cool to hear other people's as well.
Always,
because we obviously have biases, as shown on this card over and over again.
Clearly, right? Yeah.
So, and we try to make them as clear as possible as well. But we all appreciate. That's why we appreciate audience feedback so much. So big shouts to everybody that reaches out, like Judo Bill and JF757 and Bill Welker and Ashley and everybody. So much love to all of y'all. And we will be back next week to break down the UFC Denmark card, I think it is.
Yep, Copenhagen, Denmark. You got Jack Hermanson.
Oh shit, are we dipping next week, dog? It's in Copenhagen?
Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude. But yeah.
Never done dip in my life.
I don't want to. It's not fun. Yeah, not fun.
No, smoke a cigar like an adult.
Jack Hermanson against Jared Cannonier.
Oh shit, fancy dancing Jack Hermanson?
Yep. The Joker.
Shouts out to the Co-Main Event podcast. I love their bits around Jack Hermanson. All right, well, on that note, we are out of here. As always, we would love if you'd subscribe on YouTube, give us a like. Helps us get more eyes on the show, as well as we appreciate the 3 of you have given us ratings on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, I guess it's called now.
3 of you who've done that, please tell 3 of your other friends to do that too. We'll just go in 3s.
That's right, yeah. Hey, and anybody that leaves us a written review like Judo Bill has, we'll give you guys a shout out and read it on the show. We appreciate it. We would like a higher review, but if you want to shit on us, well, shit on us on Twitter. That's what it's for. But
Twitter's already a cesspool. So
exactly, as expected, and honestly, as deserved. I feel like as a people, we need a just
see. That reminds me. What I want to do is I want to buy, and I know you're gonna hate me for saying this right now, but I'm not. I don't give a fuck. I want to buy a bottle of Proper 12 and then tag McGregor, but it's just me pouring it down the sink.
So you're just making him money and wasting boost? That's the worst plan.
But that's the thing. See, I want to trigger him, but then the only reason why I mention that is because he usually retweets anyone that mentions Proper 12. But then, see, if he saw that, he would just be like, "You'll do nothing," and then he'll block us like Andrea Lee style, and it's like, I don't know. I guess it's just gonna. It depends if we got a bunch of retweets for it, but either way, it doesn't matter. It's just I like reactions.
I don't want to give money to alleged rapists or Bushmills for that matter, because I'm not that big a Bushmills fan. But on that note, we're gonna be out of here. Chris, you have anything to shout out that you got coming up?
Not really.
Perfect.
When something's happened, you'll know for sure.
That's right. And if you're ever in San Diego, send us a message. Maybe we'll go grab a beer with you.
Oh yeah.
So on that note, everybody, we're gonna wrap this. I am gonna hit this this vape pen where I got some Girl Scout cookies.
Just watch out for the latest vape-related deaths, my friend, because they're happening a lot.
Evidently. Yeah, shouts out to heavy hitters. Also, those vape-related deaths, if you look into them, I don't believe it at all.
Right? Media propaganda.
It's ridiculous. First off, they don't ever list the cause of death. They just say vape. Second off, My favorite one is like, teenager has the lungs of a 7-year-old.
Yeah. Really?
Oh, and they'll say a lot of shit like, oh, well, they were vaping things. And you're like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, that could be, is that actually e-liquid with just glycerin and nicotine? Is that wax? Is the wax decarboxylated? I'm guessing it's a bunch of non-decarb wax that people are misusing and then having panic attacks over. Because if you notice, a lot of them are complaints about nausea and spins and lightheadedness, which is just that you smoke too much wax, you fucking idiot. So on that note, I'm going to hit this wax pen. And we are out of here till next week. So till next time, everybody, go do something decadent. Go drink some good beer and enjoy the card. Wow. Late.
Liked by the sound of violence.